Rebellion usually disappears, painted over, erased, hidden, forgotten. But not here. Berlin did something different. This used to divide a city. Today it's covered in color. More than 1,000 meters of concrete. Once a border, now a canvas. Berlin didn't erase rebellion. It didn't hide it. It didn't polish it. It did something else. Walking next to it feels strange. It doesn't feel like monument. It feels like a reminder. A reminder that this was real. That people once stood on opposite side of this wall. In 1990, artists came here not to decorate the wall, but to transform it. The concrete didn't disappear, it changed meaning. What do you do with a scar this big? Would you hide it? Or let everyone see it? Would you keep a wall like this, or would you tear it down? Berlin chose to keep it. Not untouched, but redefined. If you like exploring cities beyond the postcard version, you'll probably feel at home here. A few streets away, Berlin changed scale from monumental history to a narrow courtyard.
Here is a place where it's almost in the city center, where you can just make in one turn into one quiet yard. You can be surprised a lot.
Nothing here feels curated. Nothing feels finished. Layers of paint, layers of yes, layers of voices. Does the place lose its power when it becomes too clean? Here, nothing tries to impress you. It just exists. And somehow that feels honest. Brain doesn't pretend that it never happened. It doesn't smooth the edges. It lets them stay visible. What do you think? Is this right or not? We don't have a clear answer. Rebellion usually lives in forgotten places, country yards, cracks in concrete. But in Berlin, it didn't stay here. It moved inside.
We used to think that urban art is kind of vandalism. However, here in the very first street art museum, this is a completely different story.
Berlin does something unexpected. It puts street art inside a museum. The kind of art that once disappeared overnight now hangs on permanent walls. Is that contradiction or evolution? Rebellion doesn't always shout. Sometimes it survives. Berlin didn't fight rebellion. It made it part of itself. Not as decoration, not as branding, but as identity.
The Urban Contemporary Art Museum is definitely a place you have to visit, and this is a place where you can receive urban living and art at all.
Rebellion doesn't only survive in hidden courtyards. It doesn't stay in the shadows forever. At some point, it steps into the open. It becomes visible. It becomes part of the conversation. We don't travel to collect places. We travel to feel what shaped them. And Berlin feels fed by resistance. Some cities try to look perfect. Berlin tries to stay real. This wasn't the only side of Berlin that surprised us. Because beyond the walls and the museums, there is another version of the city. Industrial, unpolished, alive in completely different way. And that's the video going next. Stay with us. That's the kind of motion we were born